New Year's is right around the corner, and it's a great time to get motivated, start fresh, and try new things. So as a New Year's gift from me to you, I want to give you guys all my tips to be successful. Timestamps are down below if you want to skip around, but first, let me tell you a little bit about myself and why you should take this advice. I've been running 2 successful YouTube channels for over 3 years now. A lot of my content creator friends come to me and they're like, Jivan, how do you post so consistently on YouTube? Well, the advice I give you in this video is going to help you out. That's not all I do though. I also post fairly consistently on TikTok. I stream tournaments. About 6 months ago, I also started a business making maps. I learned how to code, build landscapes, and make games from scratch. I do have a team that helps me release maps, but in the last 6 months, I've released 15 maps. And in just 6 months, I've become a top 20 map creator in Fortnite. Now, I'm not saying all this stuff to brag. I'm saying it to give me credibility so that you take the advice in this video and run with it. If you really stick to this and apply it to whatever you're trying to improve at in life, I think it can help you get super far. With all that being said, let's hop into these tips. Follow all these tips step by step, okay? Let's start out with number 1. Figure out a bunch of your long-term goals and write it down on a piece of paper, just like I'm doing here. So I released a map called Forever Zone Wars. We're just gonna use this as an example. I write down the name Forever Zone Wars on a piece of paper. Underneath that, I'm going to write down every single thing that needs to be done within this map for it to be complete. So for example, we have to build the landscapes. We have to get a thumbnail. We have to build the starting hub. I write down a bunch of stuff like that and I have the whole list laid out. My other goal long term is to release videos every other day. So here I wrote down a schedule of all the videos I have planned for the next 2 weeks. My goal is to stay true to this schedule. Your goals may be way different from mine, but try to think of a way to lay it out so you have the big goal at the top and a bunch of little goals underneath. Once you have that done, we're going on to step 2. This is going to make your life so much easier. At the end of every single day, make a to-do list and do it exactly like I do it here. So I write to-do list at the top and then I start my bullet points. I just simply take from that list of goals. Let's say I want to get the landscape for Forever Zone Wars done and I want to get one of the videos done, and then write down any other things that you have to do throughout the day underneath. Could be stuff like take your car to the shop, or you got school, you got homework. Write down everything you want to do, and the next step is prioritize. Figure out what order you're going to do them in, which things are the most important, get those done first. Sometimes I like to start out with a couple easy things on the list just to get in rhythm, but you need to make sure you get the important stuff done that day. And the last step on your to-do list is write down how long you think each of these things will take you, and try to be ambitious with it. So let's say building the landscapes I think is going to take me 3 hours. I'm going to write down 2 hours here because if I really focus up, I think it's possible to get it done in 2 hours. For the YouTube video, I'll put another 2 hours, and for the other stuff, we'll just put 1 hour. From there, your to-do list is complete. You have your entire next day planned. You need to build up discipline to hold yourself to this to-do list, and I'm going to give you a couple tips on how to do that. First tip is about efficiency. The reason we wrote down those numbers on the piece of paper of how long we think it's going to take us is because I made up a little game for myself to make the day more fun. The previous day when I was making this to-do list, I thought I could build the landscapes in 2 hours if I focused up really hard. So I set an alarm on my phone for 2 hours, and if I somehow managed to get it done in that amount of time, I get a little reward. Whether it be I get to take a break because I just saved an hour of my day by doing it faster, or I'm ordering like Chick-fil-A or something good, you know what I mean? By doing these steps, you're laying out your day, you're organizing your day so that you can achieve your dreams in the long term. And if you stay disciplined with it, you can get it done way faster than other people in the world. Now, something that's inevitably gonna come up for everybody that does this strategy is you're gonna get stressed here and there. I mean, stress is just a part of life. If you're doing ambitious stuff, you're gonna get stressed here and there. Anytime I get stressed, I go back to that piece of paper with the to-do list and I remember like, wow, this is only gonna take me 5 hours and I have 14 hours in the day. That's nothing. If you have a really long to-do list and you're getting really stressed out, you know, take some things off it, put it to the next day. Those are a few tips to lower stress, but one other thing that helps me out a lot is anytime I get stressed, I rewrite my entire dream. I just write it from scratch and rethink it. This may sound stupid, but writing out the plan for the next like 2 weeks of your life, it can help relieve a little bit of stress. And at the same time, it gets you more organized and more motivated to achieve your goals. I personally like to think way ahead. I have my entire to-do list for every single day of the week laid out already. It helps me keep a clear vision of what I have to do each day to get to where I want to be. But every single day, I still go back to those to-do lists and update it with new things that come along. So I just talked about to-do lists for a long time. If you ask anyone that knows me, I get more things done in a day than almost anybody. And I think a lot of it has to do with with this to-do list. So trust me, give it a try, but let's move into the next topic. For the longest time while I was trying to make my YouTube channel a reality, I was failing. I started my YouTube channel when I was 12 years old, and I didn't work on it all throughout the years of high school. And like 3 years ago, I had posted probably 200 videos and I only had like 500 subscribers. I was making montages for Fortnite, Fortnite highlight videos, and I was being pretty stupid. I kept thinking, wow, I need to make them better and better. I have to get better at the game. I have to get better at editing. But the truth is, it's not that I wasn't good enough. It's that I was approaching YouTube the wrong way. I stepped back and started trying new things. And the second I started experimenting with new topics, my YouTube channel exploded. I took a semester off college to really try to make YouTube work because I had a plan. I was going to start posting tutorials because I was posting tutorials on TikTok and they were doing consistently well. So I figured since it's working on TikTok, I can just do the same thing on YouTube and I should see success. Sure enough, in that one semester off school, I went from 500 subscribers up to 100,000, all because I took a step back and reevaluated what I was doing. My advice to you is if you're failing, whether it's a business plan, whether you're struggling in school, or just can't get better at Fortnite, whatever you're trying to do, take a step back and think of a new approach on how to improve at that certain thing. So if you're trying to improve in Fortnite, take a step back, think, what am I doing wrong? Am I spending all my time in creative? Maybe I need to scrim more, VOD review more. Maybe because I'm playing on Xbox, I can't compete, so maybe I need to find a way to make some money and buy a PC. That's what I had to do. For the first 2 years of Fortnite, I was making content on a PS4. It wasn't ideal, so I took more shifts at my job at a restaurant and saved up money so I could buy a PC. Long story short is, if you're seeing failure, take a step back and really think about it. What can I do differently to see that success? Every single time I post a map and it doesn't do well, I think about it. I don't just say, wow, I'm unlucky. That's what a lot of people say. Success is all about luck. But I learned from my failure with YouTube for so many years that I just need to take a step back, look at what I'm doing, see how I can do it better. So that's what I do with my maps that don't work. Why didn't that map work? What can I change in the future ones? And after a while, I've started making some really successful maps. The last thing I need to tell you guys is be open to new opportunities. Circling back to something I just talked about, obviously I was posting montages for Fortnite for so long. I was stuck on the idea that montages were what I needed to do. I enjoyed making them so much that I just got tunnel vision on it. I didn't want to do anything else. But as soon as I opened my mind to the idea that there's other types of content out there, I found something so fast that works for me. I was such a hard worker with the montages, and just by redirecting that hard work towards something that has more potential, I changed my life forever. I see so many people getting stuck in a loop of trying to be a competitive Fortnite player. I love competing in Fortnite, but there's so many other opportunities to explore in that same niche. You don't need to be the best Fortnite player to be successful in the Fortnite scene. There's a million things you could do. You could be a commentator. You could work for an org. You could become a graphic designer, an editor. If you just open your mind to different opportunities, you can find so many waiting for you. I know we've centered in on Fortnite and content creation for most of this video, but all these tips apply outside of that as well. Hopefully this video helps you guys achieve your goals in the new year. It worked for me, but everybody's different, so it might not be your thing. I personally think these are some of the best tips out there, so give it a try at least. I hope you guys have a great new year, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.